It's pretty apparent now that people out there like Harrison Ford and Steven Spielberg, they've really been putting Kathleen Kennedy on the spot, especially by snubbing her on stage and in various interviews during the Indy 5 world premiere and post Indy 5 world premiere, etc. But lately, Harrison Ford has been warning the overall Indiana Jones community or the fan base, whatever have you, about what to expect going into this movie and exactly what this film is really going to do that's going to be considered a quote-unquote fan divider and something that is very bold, that really connects to all of the leaks and the spoilers that we've gone over before in the past. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future Star Wars updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. And without further ado, let's get right into the subject. So, what's interesting about all of this is that we have Harrison Ford, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Kathleen Kennedy, all these people that are associated with Indiana Jones 5, really promoting this thing right ahead of its June 30th release date. There's a lot of things happening right now, so they are going to be doing some last-minute marketing by next week, starting Tuesday, give or take. You're going to see a big bump in ads on the internet and on TV, so that's going to be why Disney's trying to really double down on this thing. So, moving to the next concerning thing about what Harrison Ford had to say about Indiana Jones, the Dial of Destiny, alright, is exactly what he was able to confirm that really matches up with all of our concerns. So let's tap into this, alright? So, with Harrison Ford lately promoting Indy 5 ahead of its June 30th release date, Ford recently warned fans about something that was done in the movie that will be considered bold. Ford went on to state the following to the community. Well, this film is a very emotional story. It explores the life of a broken man, and I think some people are going to find that quite off-putting. But Kathy had this vision, you know, with James, to show Indy through very difficult times. It was a bold decision, and they knew going in it was a big risk that was worth to take on their end. They figured he's an old man, this old guy, right? So pretty crazy things needed to happen to him between the last film and this one. He has aches and pains. He's lost some loved ones over the years, and he's just, well, broken. So I just think fans are coming out of the theater may feel shocked and confused, and well, just flat out annoyed. But everyone needs to understand that he's up there in age. James and Kathy felt they needed to break him down for the true star, Helena, to shine. She's going to fix him in this and guide him and reignite his old self for the love of archaeology. Now, let me stop here quick. Now, this is matching exactly what we talked about the Indy 5 spoilers the other day. If you guys want to back out now, maybe I'll give you a couple of tiny little spoilers here and there, quick. Number 1, Mutt is dead. His son is dead, he died in Vietnam. Number 2, Helena gets a full backstory in this movie. And number 3, it ends off with Helena going off basically into her own adventures, continuing Indiana Jones' legacy. Basically becoming the new Indiana Jones in an indirect matter. She takes up her own adventures, carries that spirit of Jones with him, and that's basically her portion of the ending. So, moving to the next big thing here. Alright, on top of this, we know that Ford is confirming here that he is going to be a broken man in this film and will be considered a fixer-upper in the eyes of Helena. Now, I've talked about this several times. A lot of people that I've spoken to have seen this movie, either at Cannes and stuff like that, and they've specifically said that Helena is insufferable in this movie. That's how bad she really is in Indy 5. Now, as far as the production of the film in various stages, the beginning is well shot. The beginning feels like an Indiana Jones movie because, you know, well, we're not going to get into that, but there are a couple of things in the first 20 minutes that's going to make you feel like it's an Indiana Jones movie, and then it's just a big bait and switch after that. So I'll leave it at that. But moving to the next big thing here, alright, this is where things begin to get even all the more concerning. He goes on to actually confirm further, and discovering relics and such, and well, yeah, it's an adventure, what can I say, but it's a bold adventure that I think fans will come out a bit divided over. We are all, of course, a little nervous about the outcome of this movie, as it is Indy's last ride, and we want things to end on a good note. He's not coming back, we are done. Of course, we have spin-offs and sequels in the talks, and I know Kathy wants to do those, so they are doing their own thing to expand this Indiana Jones franchise. But I feel, my time is just over. I'm done. I'm too old and tired to continue. Maybe they can bring me back into flashbacks or whatever, but that's it. I'm finished. But this film is really Helena's story, much like how Rey was in her own story with Star Wars, as I was with Harrison Ford. It's just how they think it needs to be done since they have the old cast back, and I'm just, well, a big dinosaur. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. I just had that laugh. So, basically what he's saying is that if you're bringing back old characters, they have to be dumbed down because they're like dinosaurs, because they're old. I don't understand that overall outlook on things. If we look at Cobra Kai, look at Ralph Macchio. You know, he really nailed the role, coming back into the Karate Kid franchise, whatever you want to call it, right? He really made it clear that you can come back as a 50-something-year-old man and really just take up that role. Now, I get it. Look, Harrison Ford's 80 years old. Maybe that's not the best comparison, but it shows you that you can pull that off, even if you come back older, and even there's a lot of other examples out there where older characters have come back and nailed it. In fact, Michael Keaton apparently is like the big pointer for the Flash film, and it just works, and that's another great example that things can work in that sense. Even though that movie is not looking great box office-wise so far, Michael Keaton steals the show in that. That's like the real reason to go ahead and see that film. So, interestingly enough, Ford is putting it out there that he is indeed a broken man. This coincides with the spoilers that we talked about how he and Marion are split, they're divorced, his son is dead, he died in Vietnam, and that's why he's a broken man. And I think that equals to why Ford says he's lost some loved ones. I think he is talking about the spoilers, where Marion is divorced with him, and he loses his son. Of course, he's not going to talk about specifics or spoilers in that realm. But interesting, guys. Look, this is no different than what they did with Han Solo, and how they treated him in The Force Awakens. He was yet again a broken man, much like how Luke was a broken man. You know, Han was a deadbeat father. He divorced, or if they even got married, he divorced Leia in The Force Awakens, right? And they separated. Very similar to what they are doing with Indy and Marion in here. And if you guys always have seen Harrison Ford, he's always pausing, saying a lot of you know, multiple times. He's not really always there when he's doing a lot of press and stuff like that. Very awkward interviews all the time on late night, especially when he was promoting The Force Awakens. That was like pretty cringy stuff. But guys, I gotta say, I would love to hear your opinion on all of this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.
Night to moon,